I'm smiling, and I have a smile. I have a smile on my face for two reasons. I have a smile on my face, and there is this smile on my face because of two reasons. The first one is, first of all, you can't be mentioning smile with a frown face, right? You can't just do that. You can't be mentioning smile with a squeezed face, as if you've tasted on your lip as lemon. No, smile. But I share with you smile. Just this afternoon, I was coming into the office and I was on the train. Saw this older lady who walks into the cabin where we were. And when she came in, she sat next to me, and she wore this warm smile. She had this beautiful smile. Lady, guess she about late 60s. She had this beautiful smile on her face. Obviously, I didn't say anything, but I noticed it. I noticed the smile. So whilst we were on the train, I was busy reading. As soon as I placed the book in my bag, I turned and I said hi, and she said hi back. She still wore this calmness, this smile on her face. So we started talking. She obviously asked me, who I was, where I was going. It's sunny, we're talking, and she told me she went to see her doctor and she was going home. But while she was talking, she dropped something in my heart, and I want to share with you. This woman who I saw on the train with a beautiful smile is going through very terrible challenge, right? She had been to the doctor's space and she's been given few months and some days. And she was talking to me, and it was when she said it, I must confess, I felt very, very shocked, overwhelmed, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I asked her, with all that you're going through and with all this news you've received, why do you have the smile on your face? Why do you have this beautiful smile on your face? And she looks at me and she smiled again. So I said, I'm curious, I'd love to know where your smile is coming from. And she said, I have decided to smile because everything around me tells me I can't smile. Everything around me tells me I shouldn't smile. Everything around me points me to not be cheerful and smile, because I have decided not to be sorrowful but to be cheerful. I have decided that I'm not going to let the news and the story and what I have been told a couple of hours ago to rob me I'm going to live my best life. And I'm going to walk through this life with a smile. When I got off the train, it's interesting what came to mind. And what came to mind was Mr. Nat King Cole's story of smile. I want to share with you what Mr. King Cole said about the word smile. He said very interesting thing about smile. He said, smile. Though your heart is aching, smile. Even though it's breaking, smile. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by if you smile through the fear and sorrow. Nat King Cole said that. He said, smile. And smile through the fear and the sorrow. Smile, and maybe tomorrow you will see the sun shining. Smile. Every trace of sadness, although the tear may be ever so near, just keep smiling. I don't know what is going to hijack your smile, but I have to say, when the woman shared her story with me, I was grateful. I was thankful. Regardless of whatever I was going through today, that story of the woman determined and desired and determined that she was going to be defiant. She wasn't going to let the sad story that she had received deny, rob her of a smile. It's a beautiful day. As you go through the day, I love to share this with you. Give yourself a gift of a smile. When was the last time you smiled at you? When was the last time you looked into the mirror and you smiled at you? You just gazed in the mirror and said something nice to yourself. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you smiled even though your heart is aching? When was the last time you smiled even though everything around you sounds and looks and feels cloudy? Would you be able to smile? Would you be able to chin up and smile? Smile because tough times don't last, but tough people do. Yes? Just smile. Smile at yourself. Smile at the challenges. Smile at the moment where you don't feel powerful enough. Because there are times where we don't. There are days where we don't feel very courageous. There are times where we don't feel like smiling. But I tell you something. When we smile, it's been proven that there are numerous benefits of smiling. One, it improves your mood. It improves your mood. It reduces stress. It improves your mood, improves stress. The interesting thing that smiling has a way of boosting your immune system. It does. Try it. The whole of this afternoon I've been trying it. I've just been trying it. Because, the interesting thing about smiling is you would have to make a conscious effort to smile. Because when one is not making that conscious effort, or when one does not, is that the right word? Right. When one doesn't make that concerted effort to smile, I promise you, you will switch into that moment of sorrowful. There is an intentionality that comes going through life with a smile. So I've talked about the benefit of what? Improving your mood. I've talked about reducing stress and the boosting of your immune system. And it even lowers your blood pressure. Smiling. This weekend, there are several comedy clubs across London. If you're in London, if you're in Birmingham, if you're in Doncaster, wherever you are in the world, get yourself a comedy club and go sit and just listen. Have somebody speak. Spend time with the family. You're married, spend time with your partner. You got a boyfriend, spend time with your boyfriend. You got a girlfriend, go ahead. You got kids, you don't have one, okay, what? Who can you go out with? Can you go out with yourself? Right? Because what happens is smiling. It's interesting. I don't know whether you've picked up, but when you see people in town, sometimes people don't reciprocate anyway. But do you realize that when you meet somebody who you don't know on the bus, on the train, or in the office, right, and you smile at them, there are the odd people here and there who go, why are you smiling at me? Why are you smiling at me? Right? Okay, cool. But most people will smile back. There is a universality around smiling. Because every one of us understands that language, except circumstances has happened and it's warped certain people's views on smiling. But smiling has a way of rejuvenating yourself. It sounds very simple. It sounds very, very simple, but it's a powerful act. This conversation I had with this woman on the train this afternoon shifted my perception and my view on smiling. I end by this. I went further to ask her, what keeps you smiling? Why haven't you given up? Because the story you're telling me and what you're sharing with me is quite it's a heavy load for you to carry. This is what she said. And after this, I will bid you goodbye. She said, I am grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful. Essentially, what I picked up from her was that the gratefulness in her heart was what was coming out. The thankfulness in her heart, the gratitude in her heart was what was exhibiting on her face. I'll say this to you. Smiling has every benefit to you. So go through the week, go through the day, go through the weekend, smiling. Smiling first to yourself, and secondly to the people who are close to you. That's my word to you. Sounds very simple, but it's such a beautiful trait to have. How can I say this? If you haven't subscribed, why don't you smile at us and subscribe to our channel? Yes, do please subscribe to our channel. And I'm looking forward soon to be coming your way. Once again, thank you. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you for joining me. And as you go through the day, and as you go through the week, let's agree with Nat King Cole to say, we're going to smile. even though our heart is wounded, even though our moments are not very encouraging, we choose to smile. Enjoy the weekend. My name is Kojo Bonti Amwako, and have yourself a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.